Da da boo. Dramatic reveal.
Woo! Good morning. As
Hi.
Rebecca's sitting down.
Hi. I just asked Liz if she was ready, and she's like, "What'd you say?" You don't even remember.
I don't.
I guess so.
I guess so. If I
We
have
guess
to,
so.
I suppose.
I suppose. All right. So hi. Welcome to another edition of the Sun Dragon Sideshow.
The Adventures of Liz and Rebecca. We got it right today.
I'm still wigging at how far my shoulder is off, but I get off the corner of this. But, you know, we're trying to be socially distanced and good, and yeah. So, hi. I'm going to be like...
the monitor still wigs me out.
No, yeah, we're still figuring that out. I'm Rebecca. I am the owner of Sun Dragon Art and Fiber in Brevard, North Carolina.
I'm Liz. I'm the minion at Sun Dragon Art and Fiber in Brevard, North Carolina.
And this
Still haven't fixed
that. Yeah, well, this is going to bug me. So guess what?
She's moving the camera.
I don't care that we're recording. I'm gonna...
There.
No, wait. That's
Yeah,
gonna...
Nope. Trust it.
Isn't that gonna cut more of me off, though?
You moved it this way, and now I see more of the green ball. I'm betting it's
Nope.
gonna work.
Now you're... No. Because watch
I'm
this.
not cut off.
No. It wasn't you being cut off. It was me. Because look at this now. Ready? I'm more cut off. Hello. I gotta move the other way. I like having your yarn there, though.
Okay.
Okay, fine. I'm gonna sit back. I should have moved it the other way. I should have cut more of your shoulder off. You! No. I'll just be tinier in the frame because I want more of me in the frame. I don't know why, though. I think you guys can survive with us seeing all this. Anyway, but you can't, look, you can see my swag quite nicely now.
Actually, I think that's better than what it was.
Okay.
Sorry.
I'm also, again, sitting further back. So, hi, how's everybody today? Part of this is, I don't know if we've made that much progress in all of our knitting, so we don't have like huge new things to talk about because life has been crazy, as I think everyone can relate to. So we're doing our best here to create a nice, safe space where you can enjoy yarn and us for a little while.
Yay!
Okay. So, as always, if you want one of these lovely shirts, we will put stuff in the links so you can get lovely shirts from us and support the shop. I pulled the go button. I pushed the go button on the pins. So we, you know, in a couple weeks.
Be our dragon.
This little dragon. 1.25 inches. We might have them in a couple weeks, so stay tuned. For pins, yay! We showed off our bags yesterday. They are, I've got so much in mine. They are up on the shop site if you want to buy one of our bags, which is wonderful. So go look there.
Great.
I managed to get that. They're so
Tote bags for everything. Like, they're almost an overnight bag.
Yeah. So that's fun. Yay! We're trying not to get twitchy with people out on the plaza sitting at our tables, but you know.
We're twitchy.
Twitchy, just a little. Stay home, stay safe, wash your hands, all that good stuff. Okay. We didn't clean up the yarn from yesterday, so it's still hanging out here, and that's gonna bug me. You guys don't need to stare at a price tag for like half an hour or so. But Friday Harbor we talked about yesterday, it's so lovely.
So yummy.
I made progress. We'll start with that. Little bit of progress yesterday. While I was watching TV and the news and things, and Lovejoy. I'm watching an old show that I used to watch all the time. British show, Lovejoy. Anyway, so Can you spot the difference from yesterday? The progress that I've made? Well, from 2 days ago for you guys. I don't think I showed this. No, I did show it off yesterday. Because we were talking. I'm tired. Constant state. Since I showed it off for the Friday Harbor, this top part I got done. Or almost done. I'm on the last row of it.
It looks so cool.
It's really fun. We had Michelle emailed me and said, "Hey, can I do that? Do you think that would be a good one to start a mosaic with, or is it too complicated or too big?" I will say I think this is a good one to start with because there aren't too many. Like, this pattern here is repeated here, and it's very similar to this part, and then this one just changes colors. I think it's very doable. And here's the thing, even if it looks huge, because like I can't spread it out on this needle, it starts, let me see if I can do this. It starts with this small spot. It starts with about 5 stitches right here and gets bigger. And so the part underneath my hands here, I got a good chunk of that done during knit night last Friday. Like, it starts small, so again, the direction wrong. It starts small so you can get used to the pattern and then starts getting longer and longer. So I think, and it's worsted weight, so it's not teeny tiny yarn on teeny tiny needles. I am using, I want to say 7s and 8s for this. Some sections, the bottom sections, you do the mosaic on a bigger needle because the floats can squish things together.
Yeah.
So it balances out. It actually, interestingly enough, the top part, it said just stay on the 7s for the rest of it, even though I'm doing mosaic. So Cheryl Faust must have figured something out about how it's okay when it gets bigger. I don't know. This one, the Walk in the Woods that I showed off yesterday, this one I think is a little more complicated. I think the one I'm working on right now is a good starter.
Because that one has increases, the purple has increases and decreases and
this one, yeah, that one has some slanty action going on with it. Thank you for remembering that.
Yeah.
This one that I'm doing, again, backside looks, funkier. There's increases on this because it gets bigger every other row, or sometimes every row. But usually when you're doing the set row, remember yesterday, Tuesday, I said you go across and set it in place, and on the way back, you just have to pay attention to what color. You knit the same color, and you slip the opposite color. That one I consider an easier row, and that's where the increases happen, but not within the color work. So I do think this is a good starter pattern. Yes, it's big. It's going to take me at least 3 skeins of yarn of the Friday Harbor, but it's a great way to practice mosaic. Garter mosaic, the only extra challenge that garter mosaic has, which again is knitting every row, versus this one, which is stockinette, which is knit 1 row and purl 1 row, is on the back side, the side that's not the one I'm holding up right now. You do have to move the yarn when you slip stitches. You want all the times you slip stitches, you want the yarn to be on what's called the wrong side of the work, which is facing you one row and not facing you the other row. So that you have to pay attention. If you don't pay attention, it won't look this clean and pretty. But it's not hard to figure out, in my opinion. So, yeah.
And doing it on bigger needles with the bigger yarn, it's easier to see.
You can see it really well.
Where, floats wound up, where, yeah.
And I'm hoping, I'm going to order at least one more refill color Friday Harbor that's not pictured in front of us. I'm hoping when it comes in, I can, or maybe even before then, we'll see. It's all what I have time for. Oh my Lord, it's been crazy. I'd like to put together some other color combos of this. If you don't want to do the neutrals, the black and white, or the off black and off white like I'm doing, I'm thinking we can pull together some really nice combos for this. So
red with charcoal.
Yeah. The burgundy with the charcoal?
Burgundy with the charcoal. It would be dark and broody.
It'd be really dark and broody. And
but it would, like, the color still picks up enough of the light. You could still...
We can put together some dark and broody combos and some poppin' combos.
Yeah.
And see what you think. Limited resources right now until we order a whole bunch more. But, anyway. No, I think it's fun, and I'm really super excited I found this. If you like her patterns, Cheryl Faust is this pattern that I'm doing was like 20% off this past weekend. I think that's up, but she has a buy 3 get the 4th free on her Ravelry store right now. So you can still save money if we can't get it for you.
We can't, yeah.
You have to do it yourself. But if you like her patterns and think you might want to do a whole bunch, pick out 4 you like, and you can get one of them for free. I think that's pretty cool. So that's where I'm at in this one. I'm loving how this part that I just did is like reverse of that one. And then I'm going to go back to doing this one, and then I'm pretty much almost done. So I'm hoping by, if the world doesn't fall apart this weekend, which it could, even more, hopefully by next Tuesday, I will have this done, and I'll show it to you, off the needles. That'll be nice. This is the kind of garter, sometimes you don't necessarily have to block. I mean, you'll have choices. Like the one I showed you yesterday in Friday Harbor with the cables and the lace, I didn't block that because I like how it looks. I could have done something to shape it up a bit if I didn't like how it looked.
I think a lot of times garter just stays cozy and cuddly if you don't.
Mm-hmm. So we'll see what it looks like. I won't block it over the weekend regardless, so you can see what it looks like just done but not blocked. So, and if we all like it,
There's
then
a
maybe
line
that's
for
how
blocking
it's
anyway.
What?
There's a line for blocking anyway.
Yeah, I haven't blocked my Papillon that, how long ago did I finish that?
It's been a while.
Yeah. The red one, red, orangey, yellow one. Yeah, that hadn't been blocked. It's sitting at home, waiting to be blocked. Waiting for my cat to sit on it. Because that's what my cat does with my blocking. But, it hasn't happened yet.
I was working on my hat off and on yesterday.
Yeah.
And I finished all the charts up to the start shrinking the crown down. And it's 3 colors.
So here's what I do with 3 colors, like, cause Fair Isle sometimes has 3 or even more colors. So when I'm doing Fair, and we don't have her hat today to talk about it, but we can
left it at
revisit
home
this
to avoid any.
It's in time
heartache.
out.
Yeah.
Because, and I would understand this because 3 colors.
One of the colors is just 1 stitch per repeat.
Per repeat, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to carry it.
Yeah.
And it does nothing except that one.
Well, and the cowl I made with the mountains on it had at the very end of it, it's like a 60 stitch repeat, and the last row or 2 had 1 stitch, maybe 2, of mountain in with the sky, and so it was carry. Oh, I get to stitch, carry, yeah, lock it in. It's it can get really tight if you're not careful, and even if you are careful. But here's my thing. So when I'm doing 2-strand color work, like Liz is doing, I will try to go over with one color and come under with the other, over, when I'm switching colors, and that way they don't get twisted, because that's a nightmare. And what I try to do, and it still becomes a nightmare with 3 colors, is one color goes over, one color goes under, and one color can come through the middle.
That's kind of what I'm trying to do,
Yeah.
but
It'll still get tangled.
It's
potentially.
It's more trying to keep the floats locked down.
Yeah. That'll twist yarns potentially.
Yeah.
Well, our friend Amanda from Black Mountain was showing us cool ways to lock without super twisty, because I would always twist and then have to. The hot mess I'm talking about is not on the back of the work when you're knitting.
It looks cool.
It's the balls on the table.
Yeah.
We'll get.
I've figured out Amanda's lockdown.
I have to.
And it's super easy, super great. Eventually you'll have to do a video on that. On your tips and tricks. No pressure. It's super easy, but it's just trying to go, okay, so the green has been floating for this many stitches, and
it needs
I
to
have
get
purple and white that are
oh yeah, with the 3 colors. Oh my lord.
Yeah. So I was like, it's staying home. It's not one I can work on now during knit night or any, like.
For those of you who are in the knit lingo community, and those of you who aren't, let's learn it. It's called being in timeout.
Timeout. Yeah.
It's in timeout.
And
until it learns its lesson.
Because we haven't turned the air on at home. And it's like, folded in half. It's like 6 layers of yarn. And it's wool, and it's sitting on my lap, and I'm in a t-shirt, and it's like I'm gonna die.
Because we all feel like life stopped in March, but guess what? The weather kept going.
You did, and but we're supposed to be in the 70s next week. I can't wait. We know it's hotter elsewhere, but 80 degrees, 85 degrees is a little too warm.
It's not good mountain weather.
No.
We know it could be worse. We absolutely do. But it's like, really? It's for some people, working on worsted weight and heavier in the summertime is just not gonna happen. But then again, if you don't, for some people, if you go at a more moderate pace, then if you don't work ahead on Christmas presents, which might be for winter weather, they ain't getting done. So yeah. So you have to decide what, as a knitter or crocheter, especially as a crocheter, because that can get thicker.
Oh yeah.
You have to decide what discomfort you're willing to take on to get projects done.
I had a crocheted Afghan that I took the entire summer. Like as soon as it got to like 70 degrees, it went away until it got back down cool enough that we almost needed the heat on. Because, and my feelings about heat are the same almost as feelings about air, but
anything to alter the temperature.
It was a king size Afghan that took 45 minutes a row. So like, if I was gonna do a
you
row,
have like a fan going underneath it.
Like put it on a table and it was.
Well, see, I'm not one, especially at the shop, to be in anything less than jeans. Like, so I will get hot if I'm going outside, and then to be working on things on top of that. So this it's not too big. It's not overheating me too much. I haven't hit. I was looking behind me for my sweater. I left it over there. We are hitting temperatures where that lovely pandemic sweater I just made is too hot. Unless I turn the air way down here in the Stop it! She made a face. I missed it, but I saw it, but I missed it.
Of course I made a face because, you were like, all summer long, and I'm like, it's gonna get hot, even in the shop.
Anyway. I'm having moments where it's a little hot. And then I'm having moments at home where Brian runs hotter than me, so he'll turn the air up, and like, you don't turn the air up at home, but he'll turn the air up, and I'm right near a vent, and suddenly I'm like, I'm freezing, and I'm in a blanket and that sweater. So, layering is key. I was raised to, instead of you're hot, you're cold, layer. Then you can change it. So, cardigans, yay.
I pulled out a fan last night because I was so hot. And I had the ceiling fan and the windows open, and it cools off at night, so like generally I'm not dying of heat exhaustion. But I pulled a fan, it sat at the end of the bed blowing air horizontally instead of vertically, and I woke up this morning and I'm like, I miss my flannel sheets. I need my flannel sheets back.
I woke up last night and said, I'm hot under this down comforter, and just went back to sleep. Because, oh well. Life is too complicated right now to stress about comfort. I'm just not even trying anymore. I think last time I did this, I'm squirreling. I'm totally changing topics. But yes, I should finish up on that, and maybe this will transition. I'm making stuff up. We're getting into warmer temperatures, and so cottons and cotton blends that we've been showing off, the new ones that we've been getting in, might be more comfortable to work with. And I didn't show this off last time, and I have to find it in the monstrosity that is my project bag's innards right now.
She's digging through the guts.
Yeah, because the Anker summer shirt, which, I could wear right now, especially when it's in the 70s, I haven't ripped out the bottom and finished it yet. But I did start, and this is what I will get back to as soon, and it's stuck in the bag enough I may not be able to show you all close up. As soon as I'm done with this lovely, I'm going to get back to, I started a shawl. I'm going to hold
it. Is that the Venetia?
The Venetia, yes. Not the Venezia. that I'm doing with a Huasco cotton, but the Venetia, not to be complicated at all, that I'm doing with the Pollock. I'm trying to hold this somewhere where you might be able to see. This is something I am going to block when I'm done. This is something I'm definitely going to block. I'm not wearing the right color for y'all to see this against it. But lace work, kind of maybe.
So pretty.
Lace work will be a lot more visible and cleaner and prettier when after you block it. It'll look a little squishy when you're knitting it. Don't let that throw you off from, oh no, I must not be doing this right. It doesn't look like the picture. You're fine. If the shapes are looking relatively okay, you're fine. So this is the Pollock, which is, what's the Pollock again?
It's silk and
Linen?
linen.
Yeah. Really pretty. We only have 3 colors of it because like everything's back ordered with the Pollock. And some is discontinued. But this is this lovely teal that Liz is also eyeing for.
Eventually, I'm
Some
going to
kind
make
of
a
project.
papillon out of it with like a dark gray
It's-
or a black.
Yeah, the texture of it. We have a yarn that's a raw silk that is very similar to this, and this is silk and linen. And if anything, it's softer and nicer.
Yeah.
But it's got this almost denim-y look to any color, like pebbly, acid washed, faded jeans. Think all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm super excited. Like this is one repeat. The pattern looks like a chart of this, basically. And then you keep repeating it, but since it gets bigger, you do more repeats of the main part of the pattern. See my tips and tricks on how to read a chart. I did make a video on that. I think if I make a video of color work, of stranded color work, it's going to have to be at least a 2-parter. There's going to have to be one on how to do the 2 colors and hold them, and then another one on how to lock your floats.
Yeah.
Because I don't like super long videos. I mean, mine are long enough because I like to draw pictures.
Well, it wouldn't. You have a history of 2-parters because you did a 2-parter for your papillons with the orange and the red.
Orange and red squares. So a lot of building off of yourself when you're doing things like that. So, yeah. And speaking of lighter weight things that don't need to be in timeout when it gets hot, what are you working on right now, Liz?
I pulled out my linen and Liana, which is linen and nylon. It's on the back side of
Yes, you keep
the
talking on
thing.
that spin.
I'm working on my super sheer. I mean, it looks so sheer in front of me.
Woo, there's
This-
the Liana.
Yep. Hold this up. There we go. See, it looks so
It's
sheer.
see-through. That's awesome. How breathable, but still nice.
Yeah, it
For
is.
summer.
Like if I hold it onto something darker,
Mm-hmm.
you can almost see it. It is the gray Euroflax.
Do we have any of
Yep,
that?
right there,
This
the
one?
silver. Yep.
Yeah.
And then it's the blue, that one, and the one right next to it. Those 2. Those are the colors I'm using. The rainbowy one, that one,
Sorry.
I'm using for the 5, 6, 15, 16, and 25, 26 rows.
And for people who haven't done the
Or
Papillon,
the
they're gonna
robin
go.
eggs.
Huh?
Yeah, if you've done the Papillon, it's the Pokemon balls.
Yeah, it's the instead of the red and orange squares that are little like not teardrop, but what am I going for?
Rhombus.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah. They have ends to them instead of ones that go whoop. They're ones that more go or and that's
I call them
term.
bowls and hats, but and then the dark blue.
It's all pretty.
Yeah.
And it's all gonna breathe really nicely and not feel super heavy and hot. But I will say, cotton and linen and softness do not always go hand in hand. The same type of softness you would think of when you think of merino and squishy and soft. So they will be soft, but a different type of soft.
The what I'm planning to do with this, it very well could end in sadness, but I don't think so. Is I'm washing it when I get done.
Mhm.
I'm throwing it through like a gentle cycle in the washing machine, and then I'm throwing it in my dryer with dryer balls to beat the crap out of it. and it'll
that will help
soften everything up.
Euroflax, we have people who are like, ooh, that's cool, and then they feel it and they go, ooh, because it feels rough. But linen will soften with wear and wash and all that stuff.
Once I get done with all of that, I'll come back and everybody will be like, ooh, or that did end in sadness, don't do that. But, you know.
Let us figure that out for you.
Yeah.
We like, experimentation is the spice of life. With so much we have to be careful about in the world right now, especially with germs.
Yeah. So
why not have fun with our knitting?
I'm going to play with that because I know, like, with my linen fabric at home, I have linen fabric that was so crisp. The folds from where they folded it up when I bought it stayed. Like, it just stayed. And it was almost so crisp you could fold it in half and just pinch it and it would leave it crisp.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, but after going through the wash and the dryer, like, several times, the wrinkles fall out of it. So I'm thinking that, you know, beating this up is just going to soften.
Stay tuned to find out what happens.
I'll try and get it done in a few weeks.
You know, the pace that we can work at when we're really busy and knitting instead of sleeping at night.
Well, you know.
Okay, so the other thing I thought we would talk about now that we've gabbed about all those things is CasaPinka. We probably mentioned this on Tuesday. CasaPinka is at it again with a free pattern. It was going to be only this weekend, June 5th through 7th, and she's extended that. The codes, if you want to buy a kit from a local yarn shop, we'd love it if it's us, but any local yarn shop, please support us, all our small businesses right now. The codes will work. The pattern's not even published yet. You can go to our shop site and see her sample photo. It's called Hug Shot. The free codes, she's gonna, well, you'd think if we actually practiced before we filmed, I'd know what to say. But then it wouldn't be so spontaneous. Yes. Let me try this again. The pattern, I think, is going to be published tomorrow, the 5th. The codes should work through next weekend, is what we've just been informed over email. So it's not like, oh my gosh, I missed this weekend, I can't do it. So we're going to keep these kits up because you can use the free codes on Ravelry to get a free pattern for it through only this weekend, but also next weekend. She has said it's got a similar shape to Breathe and Hope, but it's not as complicated, and it doesn't require multiple needles. Breathe and Hope had mosaic sections like we've been talking about, so it went back and forth between needles. The Hug Shot only has one needle. I think it's a size 6 needle. I think I'll double check on that, which isn't bad. It makes fingering weight light and drapey. Yes, these are for fingering weight, so it is thin yarn. If that's not your cup of tea, you can modify it, or you can embrace it and have fun with it.
If you're going to go bigger, be sure to, go bigger with your needle.
Yes. And you might need more yarn than it's recommending. So I thought I'd show off a couple of the kit colors that we had selected so that you can see them. Ooh. And especially with our hand dyes. And they're all in a big kettle, like on the floor here. Kettle's not,
bucket.
It's plastic, whatever, bucket. Tube. So bear with me as I try to remember what we picked out. My favorite, we've already sold one of these. We have a couple more left. This is Yarn Baby tie-dye. Beautiful. And pairing it with just a classic white. That's going to be so gorgeous. So that's one. Let's see what else I got in here. Oh, they're all kinds of jumbled. This is another Yarn Baby. It's called Painted Zebra. And really dark purple llama lace. That is going to be gorgeous as well.
The llama lace is got little fleckies of hints of other.
It's heathery.
It's heathery.
It's heathery. So there's like little bits of maybe red and blue in it with the dark purple. Really pretty. Daydream Dye Works. I'm pretty sure this is the combo we had.
Think so.
This is love, and this is with the llama I just showed for the other one is 100% llama. Most of the rest of these are merino nylon mixes fun. So is Daydream Dye Works. What we've paired it with is Serrata, which is a llama and silk. Some of these yarns will be different textures, but they're about the same thickness, so they really will work well for the shawl.
Yeah.
So, let's see, what else? Oh, Liz made one with 2 sparklies. So this is Daydream Dye Works as well.
It's our last Zombie Nibbles.
It's Zombie Nibbles, which has, but it's on the dragon base, so they're sparkles. I don't know if the camera can catch them. Woo, it's sparkly. And so, again, it's kind of like this one. Colors are similar, but this one sparkles. Plymouth Electrolyte is a gray sparkly. Let me show you that one. It's got sparkles. It's fun. So that's another one. I'm looking for our yummy hand dyes.
There's a butterbeer, and I can't remember what I did the butterbeer with.
Hang on, butterbeer will be next when I find it. But this is Dirty TARDIS from Yarn Baby. And you paired it with this one, right?
Yeah,
I think
so.
This is Fiber Spates 4-ply Pebble Beach. So what's cool about this one, the gray may look gray, but it also has a little bit of blues and a little bit of browns in it. More blues than browns, but oh, that'll be so nice. Tonals. Tonals are awesome. I'm almost down to the butterbeer.
Okay.
Was this also was this in?
I think so.
So same yarn as I just showed you. That gray.
Some of these combos we might have mixed up. Check the website.
Check the website.
And if you like these combos better, call us.
There you go. More Than Love. Daydream Dye Works with that gray. Oh, that would be gorgeous too. Butterbeer. Here's the butterbeer. We have others, but I think we're going to stick with our hand dyes for now because they're so pretty. Butterbeer. Harry Potter fans. Look at that yumminess.
It's the only orange I've ever considered buying.
I know, right? With a black. Oh my gosh, I think that would be really, really wonderful. If you see any of these colors and you want to pair them with other colors, you just call the shop. Tuesdays and Thursdays, 10 to 5. So, we have some other ones in here. There's at least 2 listings on the website with lots of drop downs. Use the drop down menu, not clicking on the pictures. Clicking on the pictures does poop. Drop down menu will pull up the right one. And as much as we can, we try to have labels showing where you might be able to see and figure out what's going on. But call us or email us if you're not sure, okay? We are definitely here to help. I try to answer emails as often as I can. So, I think we got to wrap up.
Yeah.
Swag, if you want it. All right. We'll put links underneath for fun things you can buy from us. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Please share this with people you think would get a kick out of it.
Like us.
Like us. Give us a thumbs up on this. We love y'all. We miss you. We care about you. We care about the people we haven't even met yet. We're here for you guys. Stay safe.
Did you mention join us for Knit Night?
I don't know if I did. Knit Night is tomorrow night, Tuesdays and Fridays from 6 to 9. It's the shop phone number, and I think I always put it in the description of our videos. So if I can, I'll throw up a comment when I'm editing to throw in
we should mention it's
code.
6 to 9 Eastern.
Liz keeps me on track.
Because
Yes.
we have
knitters from all over who join
We now
us.
have knitters from quite different places.
It's really fun. So, all right. So we're gonna go because I think it's been well over half an hour. So
Yeah, it's 9:53.
we have fun, and oh yeah, we're gonna have to start dealing with my
The
email
phone's gonna
list
start
and my
ringing
to-do list and the yeah. So good problem to have. Slap myself for that. Bye.
We love you.
We love you guys. We'll talk to you later. Bye.
Stay tuned for more adventures of Liz and Rebecca.
Oh. I didn't trip today.
Yay.
Yeah, that's a good thing.